Hi guys, welcome to our beginner friendly makeup tutorial. This is going to be a very exciting one. All the products I'm going to be using are very affordable. I'm not sure there are a lot of videos like makeup tutorial videos with crazy expensive products. So if you're looking for good quality affordable products, this video is definitely for you. I'm going to show you my techniques, my tricks, and also they are not crazy techniques because I've watched a lot of tutorial and they'll be doing some crazy techniques that someone that is just learning or starting out cannot achieve. So this is going to be a very easy everyday makeup tutorial. So yeah, if you want quality, affordability, and beginner friendly technique, like watch this video to the end and let's get straight into the tutorial. One thing I'll always say is never skip your skin prep. Skin prep is very important. This is the Esteline sunscreen and I highly recommend this because it's so lightweight, it is waterproof, it's a good flawless base for your makeup. To apply this on my face has been washed. I just took a shower so we can get straight into the prep. I've already done my serums and the other things like my lotion, so this is like the final base for my makeup. It's very important that you start off with a good skin prep. It just gives a good finish for your foundation, especially, and your concealer. You want it to blend very smoothly. So I've noticed that doing my skin prep is very important. So do not skip this. It actually plays a huge difference in how your makeup would come out. So definitely do not skip this at all. I'm just going to blend this in and you can see how it blends so seamlessly. That's why I love this sunscreen. It works well for melanated skin, so you can definitely try it out. And it's SPF 50, so good coverage for the skin. Next thing we're going to go in with is the Nuban Beauty foundation. Oh, this is so affordable. I forgot to tell you the price of this. This is 4,000 naira. Like I said, I'm using affordable product. This is 4,000 naira, and this Nuban Beauty foundation is 17,000. For the quality of what you're getting, this is very affordable. Foundation brush, I love to use a foundation brush first off before I go in with any beauty blender. This just helps to make sure that the product is evenly distributed. Then I use my beauty blender to remove the excess product from my face. So one thing about foundation, I do not use a lot of foundation and I only apply foundation to the areas where I need coverage. So this is the amount I'm going with. So I'm just going to spread it out to the area where I want the coverage. And one thing about me is that I only apply my foundation to the area where I'm not going to be applying my concealer, so that I do not get product buildup in that area and it can lead to like it being runny and not looking flawless. So I only mainly apply to my cheeks, like you can see this area around here. I use whatever is left on the brush around here, then on my forehead. Then because of my hair, I just have to push this off a little bit to get my forehead. Okay, I think that is okay. Then I use whatever is left on excess, so we're just going to blend this out. So the concealer I'm going to be using is the Zaron Beauty concealer. This is the concealer I'm going to use. I love this so much because it's lightweight. The time I got this concealer, it was 4,000 naira. Currently it's 6,000 naira. So I'm going to apply it to my under eye. Like I mentioned, I do not apply my foundation around the area I'm going to use my concealer, so that I do not get product buildup in that area, in the inner corner of my eye, this area on my wing here. Then I'm going with more product here and here. One thing you want to try and avoid is applying too much concealer under your eye. Like I said, you do not want that place to be matted up and like have product build up around that area. Little goes a long way. So I'm going to let that sit for a while. While that is sitting, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. Is more when it comes to your brows, especially if you're doing an everyday makeup. You do not want to have a well defined brow. So what I do is that I make sure to line up my brow and then I brush upward to make sure that they are aligned. That's what I do. Then I'm going to brush the other side. You can see the difference, it's fuller. Then I'm going to go with my brow pencil. Make sure that your pencil is sharpened. This is just a brow pencil you can find anywhere. Then I'm just going to fill in my brow. I'm not going to like draw a defined brow. I'm just going to fill it in for any areas that need filling in. I'm just going to focus on my tail to just give it a more defined look there. Then fill in as I go. I'm doing light strokes because I want it to look as natural as possible. Then one hack I'm going to give it to you is that do not fill the beginning of your brow. You want it to look like you want it to look natural with natural hairlines. So make sure you go with strokes that fit your hairline. You can see how I'm brushing it up. So yeah, I'm done filling this. I'm just gonna get this piece, and you can see the difference between this one and this one. It still looks very natural. It doesn't look like there's anything. Another thing I'm going to do is go in with my brush again and just brush it up to just make it look more natural. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, you can see it doesn't look like I did my brows, but at the same time I just had it done. It looks very natural, so that's what you want for an everyday makeup look. So I'm going to repeat the same process for the other side. So that is all for my brows. I can now go ahead to blend my concealer. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to blend up my concealer. I'm going to use my brush. Like I said, I use my brush first, then I go in with my beauty blender later to remove any excess. So you can see that I'm not like pulling it, I'm dabbing. That's what you want to do, is to dab and extend. Dab and extend. Then I'm going to repeat it to the other side. Dab and extend it. That's what you want. So if you notice, my concealer is similar to my shade. That's because I love to start with this base before I go in with a lighter concealer. I'm going to use my beauty blender now. Go in my beauty blender and remove any excess product. This gives a more flawless finish, and it helps to reduce any excess product that is laying under your eyes that can cause your makeup to look cakey when you add your powder. So this is just remove any excess product. You can see the difference between how I was looking and how it's looking now. Also make sure that when I'm using my beauty blender, I go in this way to get the concealer up, like look upwards to get the product up to that level, because when I'm using a brush I cannot reach there because I do not want to poke my eyes. So that's what I do. I look up and I extend. So that is it. So now I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This has always been my concealer since I started doing my makeup. I love it so much. You cannot go wrong with this, and this is currently 8,000. The price is always going up, but it's still affordable compared to other concealer. I'm just going to go in with only the inner corner of my eyes. I'm not going to use a lot. You can see just inner corner of my eyes. I'm going to allow that to dry out a little bit. While that is drying out, I'm going to go ahead to do my eyes. So for my eyes, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty palette. I got this a long time ago, so I do not know if this is still selling or what the current price is, but I think when I got it was 12,000 naira. I don't think there is any eyeshadow palette that is going for 12,000 naira again for Huda Beauty, but I got it when I was in school, so it's been a while. So I'm going to go ahead and use this because this is my everyday makeup look. I'm not going to use any crazy colors in my eye. I'm going to go for a neutral brown, just like give a pop of color. Go ahead and blend that out. So you can see this is the color I'm going for. Now I'm going to blend out the concealer. I'm going to be using the dabbing method. Like I said before, you do not want to pull your concealer, you want to just dab. So that's what I'm going to do now. After doing that, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender to remove any excess product. You can see how that brightened up my eyes. That's why I only focus on the inner corner of my eye, because it just brightens up my face. For the next step, I'm going to go in with my powder. I'm using the LA Pride Oil Control Compact Palette. I've been using this for years, so I do not remember the price of this. If you can get a palette that has this range of shades, you're going to be good. So I'm going to be using my powder puff. I love to use this to apply my powder. It makes sure that I get the right amount without it looking like excess. So I can really set my face with this powder puff. So I highly recommend you get it. I'm going to be using a bunch of this shade. I'm going to be using this, and a little bit of this. So I usually just use the whole thing. So if you can tell, I use the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do now to set my face. Can you see the flawless finish? I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face, my forehead, my chin, and the side of my face. So we're almost done with our makeup. As I said, this is a very easy makeup tutorial. So I really hope you're following through, like you're still catching up with what is going on. So for the next step, I'm going to be doing my blush. So when it comes to your blush placement, you want to place your blush around this area. So let me get my mirror to see. So I'm going to focus around this area for my blush, almost close to my under eye. So that's where I'm going to place it. Can you see how pretty that looks? That looks so pretty. I love placing my blush almost close to my under eye. It looks so pretty. Can you see? Very pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with any excess left off. I'm going to go ahead and set that area seamless finish to where my blush starts from and where my concealer starts from. You do not want it, you want it to look seamless. I'm going to go ahead and set that area. So I'm just going to extend it and setting. I'm dabbing, I'm not pulling, I'm just dabbing around that area. So that's what you want to do, is to dab. Can you see? See how this side looks and see how this side looks. It looks more blended and very seamless. You cannot see where the blush starts from and where your concealer starts from, and that's what you want. So I'm going to repeat that process in the other side. And yeah, we're done with that. We're actually almost done with the makeup. The last step is going to be my lips, and for my lip combination, I'm going to be using my lip gloss and my dark brow pencil, what I use for my brows. I'm going to be combining them together. So for that's what I'm going to be doing for my lip combination, and let's get on with my lips. And that is the end of this tutorial. Like I said, a very easy everyday makeup look. When I said this was very easy and beginner friendly, I totally meant that. So yeah, so you can get on with starting your makeup. Your makeup doesn't have to be complicated, or doing your makeup doesn't have to be complicated. This is a very easy beginner friendly makeup tutorial. This is the makeup look. Very pretty, very beautiful. If this video was helpful, let me know in the comment section so that I can continue with this series. And I'm happy if it was very helpful. So I would like to know your input, and let me know if you're going to be recreating this look. It's an everyday look where you can get on with your makeup, easy on the go. In 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're done with your makeup. It is not complicated at all. These are very affordable products you can find anywhere. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I do lifestyle, beauty, and fashion content, and if that's what you love to see, do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications to get updated for anytime I post. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next one. Love you guys, and bye.